If you've ever walked around the outside of a medieval castle like this one, you've probably noticed the huge stone walls with flat tops and little square gaps. They look impressive. They are impressive, but every inch of them was designed for one reason: warfare. Today, we're talking all about curtain walls, what they are, why they look the way they do, and how they were medieval Europe's answer to the arms race of their day. A curtain wall is the outer wall of a castle that links towers together, forming the main defensive line of the castle. The term curtain sounds delicate, but these walls were anything but. They could be up to 4 metres thick and 10 metres high, and they were the first and sometimes last line of defence against invaders. But they didn't start out this way. Early castles in Britain were mostly wood, timber towers on earth mounds called mocks, with wooden palisades forming a defensive bailey below. That's the bailey right there. But wood burns, it rots, and in the 11th and 12th century, as siege technology improved, wooden castles just weren't enough anymore. So they built these ones, stone castles, stone keep castles. Stone curtain walls became the standard, but the way they were built wasn't just to keep people out, it was to make sure that attackers suffered too. There are gaps in the walls known as crenellations, and they weren't decorative. Defenders could fire arrows or drop rocks through gaps, then duck behind cover. And the walls often had walkways built in them, so soldiers could move from one tower to the next relatively easily. Towers were placed at regular intervals to break up the wall and create overlapping fields of fire. If an enemy tried to scale the wall, then they could be attacked from the side. It's called flanking fire, and it's a principle that's still used today in modern military design. Some curtain walls even had matriculations, stone platforms that stick out from the wall, so defenders could drop boiling water, stones, even oil, or possibly even human waste, directly down onto attackers who were underneath. The attackers may have even been trying to dig, because, yep, digging under the walls or undermining was a real threat. Undermining involved digging tunnels under the curtain wall, propping them up with wooden beams, and then setting fire to the supports so the tunnel and the wall above would collapse. So builders started to counter that too. That's why you sometimes see sloped bases or batter walls. They make undermining harder and make it easier for defenders to rain death down onto anyone who gets too close. Of course, none of this was perfect. With the invention of powerful siege engines like trebuchets and later gunpowder cannons, curtain walls had to evolve yet again, getting lower and thicker or being built in star shapes like at later fortresses. But for the height of the medieval period, a curtain wall was your castle's shield and its teeth. Today, they're picturesque ruins. But when they were built, these walls weren't just architecture, they were a message. This place is defended, come at your own risk. And hundreds of years later, they're still standing. Right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe or I'll throw rocks at you from the matriculations. See you next time.